Most men navigate life bewildered, pursuing validation, love, and fulfillment from women, only to find themselves broken, manipulated, or ensnared. Yet nearly 2 centuries ago, philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche uncovered the unfiltered reality about female nature. Truths so confronting, the average man rejects them outright. By the time this video ends, you'll understand exactly how you've been misled and how to reclaim your autonomy. Listen carefully, because what follows isn't just contentious. It's the crucial understanding most men will forever miss. Love as biological illusion. Nietzsche rejected romantic fantasies. He perceived love for what it truly is, not some mystical connection, not fate, but a biological mechanism, a powerful illusion constructed by nature for a singular purpose: reproduction. Here's the uncomfortable reality. When you experience that magnetic attraction, that consuming desire, that certainty she's your perfect match, your brain isn't connecting with her essence. It's calculating. Unconsciously evaluating fertility, genetic compatibility, survival advantages. And for women, attraction operates identically, just prioritizing different factors. The evolutionary trap. Nietzsche wrote, "Love represents the ultimate objective of nearly all human endeavor. It surpasses all else in importance." But he wasn't being sentimental. He meant it as a snare, a temporary chemical high that dissipates once it fulfills its evolutionary purpose. Consider this. How many men have sacrificed everything for a woman who later departed without remorse? How many marriages dissolve after passion fades? This isn't coincidental. It's evolutionary design. Female selection. Criteria. Women don't select partners based on fairness, devotion, or even rationality. They follow an ancient selection protocol hardwired to seek status, security, and superior genetics. A man's loyalty means nothing if he fails to provide these. Nietzsche recognized this clearly. Women rarely operate through reason. They function through instinct and emotion. This isn't misogyny. It's observation. Dating market reality. Examine dating platforms where the majority of women compete for the top minority of men. Look at family courts where commitment gets rewarded with financial devastation. Study history where powerful leaders fell for mistresses who ultimately betrayed them. The pattern persists because the underlying biology remains unchanged. The nice guy paradox. Most men believe love is reciprocal, that sufficient sacrifice, care, and proving their worth will earn them devotion. But Nietzsche cautioned, to be loved, one must not be merely righteous, but strategic. Women aren't attracted to kindness. They're drawn to strength. Not exclusively physical, but social, financial, psychological. This explains why decent men often finish last. Not because they lack value, but because they misinterpret the dynamics. They think love is earned through servitude. Women instinctively gravitate toward men who don't need to serve. The paradox of possession. Have you noticed how women's interest wanes once they've secured a man? How the pursuit reverses? Nietzsche called this the paradox of possession. The excitement isn't in having, it's in conquering. Once conquest concludes, biology moves forward. That's why men who attach too intensely, who make her their universe, inevitably watch her depart. Nature's design. Here's the twist. This isn't women's fault, it's nature's design. And the man who comprehends this stops assigning blame. He starts strategizing. Nietzsche's lesson isn't to resent women, it's to perceive them accurately, to recognize that love isn't fantasy, it's negotiation. And the man negotiating from weakness loses invariably. Teaser for deeper truth. But this merely scratches the surface, because the next revelation is darker still. It explains why contemporary men are outmaneuvered in every domain and how to reverse the dynamic. Keep watching, because what follows is where most men realize they've been deceived their entire lives. Don't. Biological reality of attraction. Nietzsche perceived what most modern men still refuse to acknowledge. The principles of attraction aren't equitable, they aren't logical, and they certainly don't favor you. While contemporary society advocates equality, biology operates by different laws, and the man who disregards this has already lost. Here's the harsh reality. Women possess ultimate leverage in relationships, not through malice, but because evolution designed them as selectors. From puberty onward, a woman's sexual marketplace value peaks immediately, while a man's must be constructed through struggle, achievement, and resilience. Nietzsche's harsh observation. Nietzsche stated bluntly, "Women are naturally suited to nurturing and educating children precisely because they themselves exhibit childlike qualities, impulsive, capricious, and short-sighted." He wasn't insulting them. He was highlighting an evolutionary truth. A woman's youth and beauty constitute her currency, and she instinctively knows how to invest it. Modern man's paradox. Observe your surroundings. Today's average man drowns in contradiction. He's encouraged toward emotional vulnerability, while women still pursue dominance. He's criticized for valuing traditional masculinity while strong, alpha males dominate dating platforms. He's exhausted providing within a system that rewards him with divorce proceedings and paternity investigations. Social media and female power. But here's where danger emerges. Modern women haven't merely embraced their power, they've weaponized it. Social media has transformed attention into currency, and average men function as unpaid laborers. They supplicate, they orbit, they compete for fragments of validation from women who will never commit to them. Why? Because they've accepted a falsehood. That devotion alone suffices. Conditional female love. Nietzsche recognized this trap long before dating applications and validation culture. Women are systematically conditioned to be incapable of unconditional love. This sounds harsh until you understand his meaning. Female love is contingent. It's tied to utility. A man isn't valued for his essence but for what he provides. The moment provision stops, affection vanishes. This isn't cynicism, it's survival. Women are biologically programmed to pursue optimal mates. If a man stagnates, she resents him. If he falls behind, she replaces him. And contemporary society applauds her choices. Two categories of men. Nietzsche categorized men into two groups, those who serve and those who are served. The beta male depletes himself trying to demonstrate worth. The alpha commands worth effortlessly. One begs for loyalty, the other inspires obsession. This pattern appears everywhere. The office worker sacrificing health for advancement, hoping it will restore his wife's respect. The fitness enthusiast transforming his physique only to discover women now desire him solely for physical gratification, not commitment. The devoted admirer spending his earnings on a woman who will disappear the moment a higher status man emerges. Seeing reality clearly. These men aren't victims, they're volunteers. But Nietzsche didn't merely identify the problem, he revealed the solution. The primary rule of survival is seeing reality accurately, not as you wish it to be. The man thriving today isn't clinging to outdated romanticism. He's mastering the dynamics. And the final truth: the game is rigged, but only if you're playing by incorrect rules. This is where most men surrender because the next truth is hardest to accept. It's not about women. It's about you. And the moment you confront this, everything transforms. Female emotional influence. Nietzsche uncovered a disturbing reality now confirmed by modern psychology. Women don't compete like men. They don't challenge directly. They don't display power visibly. Their greatest weapon operates invisibly, instinctively, and with devastating effectiveness: emotional influence. While men battle with force or logic, women wage war through perception. They don't conquer. They reshape reality itself. Consider this. When a man wants something, he demands it. When a woman wants something, she makes you believe it originated with you. Female testing mechanisms. Modern men think they control their relationships. They're mistaken. From initial meeting to separation, women guide interactions through subtle evaluations. Most men fail without recognition. The compliance test: how quickly you rearrange priorities for her. The boundary test: whether you maintain position or yield to her emotions. The investment test: if you pursue more intensely than she does. Path to freedom. But hope exists. Nietzsche's most liberating insight is this: the first step toward freedom is recognizing constraints. Once you understand female nature isn't personal but biological, you stop taking it personally. You stop pleading for loyalty and start inspiring it. The ultimate lesson: the most dangerous deceptions aren't what women tell men. They're what men tell themselves. The three pillars of masculinity. Men who prosper aren't those who master women, but those who master themselves. They develop purpose so consuming, so intrinsically rewarding, that female attention becomes pleasant addition rather than vital necessity. History's extraordinary men, the creators, innovators, warriors, weren't distracted by pursuit. They were constructing legacies. Here are three pillars of unshakable masculinity. First, economic independence. Nietzsche cautioned that wealth represents abstract human happiness, not for what it purchases, but for the freedom it secures. The man controlling his finances controls his destiny. Second, intellectual depth. Most men operate automatically. The exceptional man develops a mind sharp enough to cut through societal deceptions. He studies, debates, and thinks independently. Third, physical dominance. The body isn't merely an attraction tool. It's your will's vessel. Weakness here generates weakness everywhere.